What's up YouTube, COD221 here, and welcome back. Another Code of 2 replay. This one is not going to be 8 minutes long. I know people were a little unhappy for the last one being so short, but that was just a half an episode. I wasn't going to count that as a full episode. Anyway, so we're playing on Troy's Point. If anyone knows how to actually pronounce I think it's the French pronunciation, that'd be great if you want to put that in the comments down below so I know. This is a very hard map to play on, and you can see I've immediately gone for the infantry company, basically. The reason I'm thinking of this is wanting to get riflemen can build their field defenses, and the mortar half track is key. You know, having some kind of artillery, getting the brownies that'll make my infantry more effective will be quite useful. Also, just getting a priest to help, you know, destroy various buildings the enemy may be occupying with machine guns. Anyway, the way this map breaks up is there's basically a graveyard right here with a victory point and the fuel. This is a very critical area to fight in, really just on top of this hill here. Especially with the fuel there. And then on this side, it's kind of hard to split your forces. It should be kind of a 3v3 map. You're in victory point, you have a fuel right here. So usually people double the town. So I was talking to Nick here, who we're playing with again. And I was telling Nick, you know, you try to hold the center, and I'll try to take on this side and try to hold it. So I'm going to immediately start advancing. Once again, my rear echelon troops are capturing the rear positions, while I send my riflemen in to help take them forward, more forward points, and possibly come into contact with some storm pioneers. So Nick's job is kind of hold the center, but he's also going to try to harass them from having this fuel just scot-free. Because if they just have this fuel on this side, no issue. They can, you know, try to take our fuel, and their fuel is totally protected because we're not pushing. Anyway, I flank around here, and I don't like this engagement right off the bat. One, we're in the open, so I'm going to try to get back. I am going to take some casualties actually while I pull back here, but it's important to get into some heavy cover, and then bring my rear echelon troops to help. But you can see these storm pioneers are just going to utterly devastate my guys once they close in. We are getting a lot of shots on them, and I lost a squad there. So poor micromanagement by me. Very bad losing a squad this early. It's been only 2 minutes. That was my starting rifleman, one of my starting rifleman squads I had. So once again, up close, we're completely going to win against. Wow, this guy's going flying. We're completely going to win against these Volkskrens. And these guys are providing some supporting fire. But you can see now we have grenadiers. So we're having a huge fight on this side here. Grenadiers for echelon troops. And I have my guys kind of behind some cover. I don't know, this looks like a bench. We're having a pretty epic fight. You can see more German troops are going to start pouring in. Machine guns coming up. You can see it's like a proper fight between my rear echelon troops and some grenadiers and some Volkskrens. No doubt the grenadiers are believing they're superior in every way. And I have more riflemen coming up. And I also have another squad being reduced. I'm just trying to get as many guys as I can. And they're actually targeting my rear echelon troops. So I'm going to do a volley fire. I'm just going to try to suppress them as units. Nick tries to go behind them, which is very smart, you know, flanking around. Unfortunately, that machine gun stopped him. But he's going to keep going with one squad. And he's actually diverted their attention so I can keep shooting at him. And I have suppressed these guys with the rear echelon troops. They used to be, they'd suppress them right in the beginning. Now they suppress them at the end. So I'm going to move on my riflemen here, and I'm also going to put these guys behind heavy cover so they can keep taking shots. These are now outflanked, and they're in, you know, because cover's directional, they're pretty much going to fight the dust. You can see that squad might get wiped out, but they managed to get away. Now the grenadiers are in some hurt. We have a lot of fire going down on them, a lot of M1 Grands, and we've so far pushed up, and we're going to start taking this fuel. The problem is multiple machine guns are going to start moving in and try to suppress us. So I'm getting an ambulance. I need to keep this. I need to put an ambulance right around here. Keep up my troops, being able to have forward command posts and be able to reinforce, basically. So you can see the machine gun's going to immediately start targeting Nick's guys. I'm going to flank around and start taking shots around this machine gun. And point blank, these guys are actually quite devastating against this MG42. So I was surprised. My guys, like, up close, just devastated. And I'm going to start targeting that Storm Pioneer. But another one comes up. I managed to wipe it out, which was great, so the Storm Pioneer's gone. I gotta pull back from this fight. I'm not gonna win it with the Storm Pioneers up close. Also throwing grenades at us. I'm just gonna pull everyone back to around here where I have these troops waiting. And right now it's looking bad. They have both fields. Nick has occupied this building with some troops, but it's not looking too good right now. We have a very thin beachhead, you could say, here into the cemetery. You can see this guy got a little aggressive. Like he's going like Rambo right here. His whole squad's back there. I'm afraid they're going to set up a machine gun right here and just completely block off my men. And I'm going to bring these guys here to start taking some shots. Don't charge directly into guys in heavy cover. It's not going to do you too well. Anyway, I have some more light vehicles coming. I do have a mortar hatchery. I don't use this quite too often. You guys are telling me you want to see me use other doctrines besides the Better Rifleman, or the Rifleman Company as it's called. So I'm using this, you know, on a city map like this. Nick loves, however, the airborne. I gotta start using some of these guys a little bit, especially these Pathfinders when they get bars. They're apparently super deadly. Oh, look at that. That guy just got devastated. Anyway. So my mortar hatcher's going to keep moving up. I want to start flanking these guys and pushing in. Okay, so we're still battling over the graveyard here. My men are behind the heavy cover of these, but so are they. They have this kind of little wall right here. More grenadiers are pushing in. This is a heavy infantry fight right here, and we're equipped to do this. So Nick's actually going to push up on this side because he's probably figuring there's just some, you know, pioneers taking over this side, and that's what he's going to do. He's going to harass their fuel here, so at least the fuel's neutralized. They keep tossing rifle grenades at me. I'm building a fighting position. Now, I built it right here so the machine gun could not be outflanked, and it will cover basically this whole area. I do have plenty of munitions to do this. I'm also going to throw my rear echelon troops in here so they can start launching some rifle grenades out of it. I guess I think it's called like a rifle grenade. It's kind of like a delayed rifle grenade. And my men are healing up and coming back into the fight, so I can sustain this fight long enough. He's done kind of the same thing with his battle group headquarters over here. But yeah, they just got devastated by that mortar and then all the riflemen. I'm blobbing up a little bit here. I'm going to try to avoid this because I see more men. I can just kind of see all these troops that are going to come and start trying to push in the graveyard. So if I can get my men behind some kind of cover like I'm trying to do now and just keep shooting at them. Once again, priority targets. Nick does have a utility car up here. Priority targets would be these Storm Pioneers, however. I'm not care, I gotta pull these guys back. I try not to do hard retreats if I can avoid it, but right now I can't avoid it. I'm gonna start falling back and bring them right in the machine gun. You can see it can't be outflanked unless they go all the way around here. And yeah, you can see if you lose another Storm Pioneers, in real trouble. That's 2 Storm Pioneers lost. And I am getting suppressed. I could drop some smoke down right here, and that wouldn't be a bad idea to get my men out of there. But I didn't think about that at that time. These guys are basically barely held together. The Vet 2 squad, this is very dangerous. I wouldn't recommend just hard retreat when they're down in that low health. I would immediately reinforce. Nick's reinforcing his guys up here also. So, you know, I kind of hold them for a little bit, then Nick moves in. Just a huge infantry fight right here. I haven't seen infantry fights like this for a while. I mean, it reminds me of very early on, a ton of Ulks and Grenadiers. And this thing hasn't been too effective. I mean, it's damaging health, but it's not really doing a whole lot. Anyway, Nick set up this forward beacon so we can actually land paratroopers there and reinforce. So that actually makes paratroopers land more accurately and not as big widespread circle. So Nick's covering the fuel on this side, and we have both fuels right now. So we're getting 33 fuel per minute, while the enemy is getting 12 and 16. And Nick's gonna repair his truck here. I have this place basically locked down right now. I mean, they have a lot of troops here, but with that machine gun there helping. So I was telling Nick, because we ran in this problem last time. I don't think you guys saw that game that we won, but basically what happened was I went for the captain, Nick went for the, well, I went for the lieutenant, and Nick went for the lieutenant there. So I was telling him we should probably get some AT. That way if they pop out an early tank or something, it's a good idea. Vet 2 machine gun gonna die here. It's not good to lose a Vet 2 machine gun like that. They have bonus to suppression. So, you know, frankly, this will favor the Americans in this kind of close quarters here, especially with the M1 Grands up close and their Vet 2. I mean, these crews are machine guns, right? They're supposed to suppress, but they can only do so much. You know, they only have so much health with all these guys shooting at them. So that's how to overwhelm machine gun and to flank. Nice rifle grenade, however, from killed 2 of my men in my squad, almost wiped them out. So I'm gonna pull back here, just reinforce. He's actually flanking around right now, which is smart. I looked down here. Nick has an AA. devastating. It's gonna wipe out another bulk squad there. They're losing squads, we're not. Anyway. Mortar's just free firing, not doing a whole lot of damage. I'm hoping to get that one so I can use the delayed fuse HE barrage. Is going to be great. I think it's completely taken over this side with just 2 riflemen. And he's helping me a decent amount in the center here. They went very heavy tier 1. They're about to lose another MG. And guess what? They gave me an MG42. How awesome is that? You don't have to get an MG42 as the Americans. So I'm healing up my men. It would be great if I actually retreated all the way back to base and picked up the guns. But I feel like this bridgehead's just too... It's too thin. I'm afraid like there's going to be a giant wave and I'm just going to be pushed back. I mean, that's my fear right now, is getting pushed back by something like a Puma. I need these vet riflemen to be able to hit them with anti-tank grenades. And Nick even has some bazookas here. Riflemen are very versatile units. They can go AT, they can go anti-infantry, and they can just have bars because that's pretty good at anti-infantry also. But the LMGs, they've boosted their... If you look back at base, they boosted it to 70 munitions because those things are absolutely devastating. If you have a couple riflemen, get my lieutenant out of there. If you have a couple riflemen with those, I mean, especially the higher energy, they'll just shred units. And that's how it should be. Those are 2 light machine guns and they're very expensive. So I start to notice that the enemy base is right here, and I'm like, okay. I'm about my mortar half-track. Now, we are very vulnerable to any kind of early tank or a Puma. You can see the Overcommando West players decide to go for the Panzer headquarters, going to skip ahead. And this guy's just built a support armored core. So I'm going to start doing the HE barrage delay, and I just kill the medic. Just trying to get rid of this headquarters if I can. And what's great is I can actually see the headquarters. So I'm going to call a very heavy time on target artillery barrage. Very quick shots, one after another. And I can see it's his forward headquarters there. So that was completely devastating to his base. And I keep launching these HE barrages. So that's doing a decent amount of damage to his base too. If I can get rid of his base, he's going to have to spend a lot of his precious fuel that they don't have because we have both fuel sources right now. They're going to spend a lot of that precious fuel to build this again. And it's also his forward headquarters, so basically knocking out his forward base right here. And his ability to reinforce and heal. Now there's no point in me going out here just yet because he's just going to keep reinforcing. As you can see him doing right there. I'll get a second on these, but I really want to grab a Sherman or probably a Jackson tank destroyer. You just have to get the Jackson first. And we're very close. I have my machine gun here covering this kind of choke point. And I'm going to heal up my men back here because I have my lieutenant who has set up his own little... Near the trees, he set up his own little base. My major. Did I call him lieutenant there? I might have by accident called him lieutenant. Definitely my major right there. So this building has been devastated. It's been destroyed. Counts as a kill for this guy. And I decided to move up, but I'm being held down by an MG42. Luckily the house is right there, so it kind of shields us from being hurt more. And we're overwhelmed in this position. Just being able to outflank these machine guns and these strong points is very useful for us. So this machine gun's covering this. I'm going to assume and flank around the house and get rid of them. Fortunately on this side, we paid, Nick's been doing his best with the Cull Riflemen and airborne, etc. But there's now a medium tank on the field for him to deal with. And he doesn't have any ATs just yet. He did invest heavily in his fuel early on with these AA half-tracks. So I'm not going to push all the way to their base. That's just a no-win with what I have right now. He's going to have to build that again if he wants more. If he wants any kind of artillery. So I'm going to pull these guys back. I'm going to just do a hard retreat now because, the major... I keep calling him lieutenant. That's a major. Obviously the major is set up there. And I can just heal and reinforce my men. And there is a Panzer roaming around our territory. Not good at all. Really not good. Nick does have some riflemen. A lot of bazookas there. Forgot to even give his lieutenant a bazooka. Don't let the Americans control both fuels and munitions. Frankly, double munitions just gives us more stuff to pick up, light machine guns, bazookas, etc. Look at him, look at this Panzer guy. He's like running over walls. I think it's just gonna neutralize that point. Now, here's this guy's solution for Rocket Raccoon? I call him Raccoon. Wow. I think it's Rocket Raccoon. Is that the guy from Rocket? That's... You know what that is? Guardians of the... GOTG. Guardians of the Galaxy Rocket Raccoon. Star-Lord. Okay, I get their names. Guardians of the Galaxy. Okay, I enjoyed that movie. That's awesome. Now, you can see a waste of my artillery here. I thought his blob would go into it, so I was kind of pushing here, and he managed to dodge. So that was a little bit of a waste, but I did destroy a house. So, Rocket Raccoon, that's awesome. I didn't even notice how well I was playing. The things you learn, alright? You know, I'm just like, oh yeah, here's our opponents. GOTG, Guardians of the Galaxy. Good movie. When did I see that? I think that's... You know what? I saw that twice. Oh, I enjoyed that. So here now we're trying to set up defenses. Well, at least I am. I just want to stop anything on the bridge from crossing. And I'm going to try to do that to this side. I'm very afraid for Nick's 8A half-track right now. We both have tanks out, though. They have AT infantry. Now, I've done this new thing called Prioritized Fire, and I really love that they put that on vehicles now, because you don't want your Jackson shooting at an infantry when there's a Panther right in front of him. It just makes sense they'd automatically target that. So I'm going to immediately start shifting my Jackson over, because I see a Panzer on the bridge here. That's not pretty good. Now my rear echelon, they're actually going to go help on this bridge. Now, if we had demo charges, that'd be great. You know, I gotta fall back with this unit. My Vet 3 guy is still here. He's repairing his tank there. I have grenades, so I've launched an anti-tank upgrade to keep him in place. And I'm gonna hopefully... Actually, I'm not gonna toss a grenade. That'd be a waste of munitions. They're too far. So that guy's a damaged engine. And I'm gonna push up. Just as Nick flanks behind him. A lot of flanking between the two of us, and boom. Panzer IV dead. And the engineers are gone. They do have a machine gun overlooking this thing, so I can't actually push or put any troops. Can't put any troops on the bridge to kind of... I can't basically put some barbed wire up or some tank traps. They're down to 44 victory points. So they're basically... What they're going to try to do, at least Rocket Raccoon, I believe that's the red player. Rocket Raccoon's going to try to go in with a bunch of rockets. I'll get it even more. So he's going to come with a bunch of elite infantry, 2 Over Sudan squads. And I can't believe he retreated. And guess what he's going to do? Ultimate humiliation right there. Hopped in a tank and took it over. I couldn't believe that. That Nick abandoned his vehicle like that. And got us blown up. Got my vehicle blown up there. So you can see kind of a little bit of a spam with 3 Over Sudan. Very deadly. These guys can actually are really holding this point quite well. And we have no AT whatsoever. Like, not at all. I get another Jackson shortly, but keep in mind they have their own Jackson. However, this is preventing him from retreating and repairing, so he's kind of stuck on this side unless he goes over the bridge. And I swore, I thought my guys could... You can just see my lieutenant even getting shredded himself. And I just got to retreat. And now I'm shooting down off this kind of little... These stairs, this kind of cliff on this side. Let's look at it from... Yeah, from up here. This little overwash position. And he's even using his car there. Let's see this Jackson, you know, the Germans don't know how to drive American vehicles. I love that it's like a little cross on it now because they captured it. So, I'm just going to start making machine guns, frankly. Well, my own machine guns. And if things weren't worse, we have another Panzer IV on this side. Not good, not good, not good. Still bombarding these guys. They just wasted my rifleman squad, so this match is starting to become quite desperate right now. Nick had to he pulled out his vehicle crew because they have some bazookas to take out enemy tanks. Now into this area, I managed to hit his engine with a very good rifle shot from Tom over there. And I didn't realize, but these guys are actually devastating with their light machine guns. They might actually take this guy out unless I pull him back. For some reason, they briefly stop, and I just get the hell out of there. I'm going to try to pull them all the way back down here where no one fights on this map all the way over here. Now I'm trying to throw my lieutenant in there. Now, really quickly, here's the mistake, right? So, keep in mind, the church, I'll be strategic, really doesn't have that many windows. What does it have, like 4 windows, 2 windows on this side and 1 window there. So you just hopped basically 11 guys into a building that can only fire with 4. And when you're in a building, guess what? I got grenades, and I see a ton of elite infantry there. All 3 of my guys are going to toss grenades. It's a little bit of a grenade spam, but this should be devastating. So I'm basically going to wipe out a squad that tries to leave. Well, actually, never mind. Just surprisingly, we didn't kill him. Pushed them all the way back, though. So I'm going to put a machine gun in this house here. We need to make sure, we need to put momentum back on our side. No time to move up. No time to, like, move back and reinforce. We got to move up and take this town. I got a Jackson coming in. I just lost the gun crew. I was my machine gun over here. They got wiped out. So I'm simply going to try to take this area. And yeah, you can see I'm prioritized vehicles. He's not, and I just managed to get a nice shot on him. Now, if Nix didn't have some AT here and my machine gun, they might be able to overrun this place and overwhelm our position. I'm kind of guarding this area. They're starting to take back some points of the fuel. It's a little late at this point. We have some more armor here. And they're forced back. They're down to 20 points, so we can just hold over here, which should be good. I see this Panzer, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I think the Panzer's going to come. I'm going to try to push back my forward position. I thought that Panzer would surely just break through the wall, and because he knew my stuff was there. So anyway, back down to the action here. At this point, the Panzer IV and his rear armor exposed, but then he's turned around. The Sherman's just close. See, his tank is almost dead. I'm going to try to save my friend's tank here. I'm going to move in. The wall gets destroyed by the Sherman. Shots open. And he just retreats to hell. Like, really far back. He got the hell out of there. And there's a Panther. They're on 8 victory points. It's good they're getting all this stuff now. But it's too little too late. They're down to 7 victory points. But wait. This guy's trying to capture this point down to 1 man. Will he dodge all our machine guns? The answer is nope. He dies. They're trying to take this point. We're holding with everything we got. I have machine guns. These guys are just getting completely wiped down in the middle of the street. There's a Panther. I had my guy up on the hill, and I swore I thought he could hit the Panther, but he couldn't. Anyway, that's the match for you guys. 112 kills on me, 83 men lost. Nick was a little negative there. He did a great job of holding that side. Looks like this guy didn't even pick a doctrine for Guardians of the Galaxy. These guys are both higher than us if you look at our ranks here, so good game of the Guardians of the Galaxy clan. I like their names, especially Rocket, Raccoon. And yeah, so you guys can see a little bit about this map. This side's really important, but don't give up on this side completely. Make sure you try to hold both fields, or at least be competitive and don't let them just have this field on this side for the whole match. Anyway, Copperman221 signing off. Hope you enjoyed. Leave a comment down below and a like if you enjoyed this video.